Hello and welcome back to day 16 of my path to profitability. Today we're up $80 on two tickers. It's going to be SRRA and TKLF. So I traded SRRA for majority of the morning, including pre-market, and then TKLF was just two trades towards the end of the trading day. So let's go over those. So we have all the way early in 9 a.m. pre-market, we have a few trades on um, SRRA. We were buying the breakout of this pivot right here. I don't have that line anymore, but right here. Breakout of 2350 and the break over VWAP. For a small scalp, that was about $10. And then we bought the dip here. After the failed break, we have downward momentum, and I catch that trampoline bounce up back up to 23 or 2282, and that was a $20 winner, so we're up 30 on the day already. From there, I actually don't buy anything during this whole move because it felt like it might do another the way the price action was moving, it felt like it might do another pop and drop. So I wasn't trying to buy the breakout on this break right here. So from there, we let it consolidate a little bit in this new 24 to 25 area. From there, we buy a dip here with 100 shares. So we downsized a little bit from our previous 125. Taking a little bit of profit. That was so we took off half profit and then added on the second dip and then took off profit here as well, which ended up being a break-even trade after commissions. From there, we take another trade here, netting us $17. And then from there, the opening bell hits, and we buy the dip on the opening bell, sell the breakout. From there, we buy another dip, the dip past VWAP. I should have accounted for the fact that this stock has range. Typically, it won't drop for $2 to $3 at the open, but so after it had already went from 24.50 down to 23.50, so I was like, all right, it's already dropped $1. So I got in when it's already been dropped $1.20, $1.30. So I thought it was due for a bounce. It ended up going further down. I was down 30 cents at a point. From there, I added on the dip here. So I added on the dip there to bring my average down. And then from there, I sold the pop for break even and a small profit of 16. But after commissions, it was around like $4 or $5. Basically just saved myself from the 30-cent drop by adding on the dip. So that was my last trade on SRRA. During this moment right here, I wasn't watching it. However, I don't really think I would have gotten in either just because it was from all the way from 22 to 26 almost. It was a 4-point move. I wouldn't feel comfortable getting into that. Not yet, at least. So, and then after the halt, I didn't want to get in because I knew that people who did get in for the halt were already up $2 a share. So if they wanted to, they'd probably be taking profits right away, and that's exactly what happened. We ended up going all the way back down from all the people who got in, taking profits. We do have short sell restriction on SSRA or SRRA, which is why I mostly think that this downtrend right here is due to profit taking and not short selling. From there, we trade TKLF, two trades only. We got in 400 shares at 630 on the resumption of this halt. Looking for the break of 650, which is where our previous high was. So we're looking for that break into pre-market highs. We end up topping at 650. I sell off most of my position there and get the rest out close to break even. Um, that netted me 59 bucks. And then after that, we take it halts down. It was a relatively weak halt. It was about to false halt, but it went into the halt at the last moment. From there, I watched the resumption. The price resumption showed 550 as the resumption price right here. However, it actually ended up resuming at 540, and that caught me off guard. It's opening 10 cents lower than it was supposed to. From there, I waited out that first halt resumption minute, just because I wasn't sure why it, well, I wasn't, my trade plan was for if it halted at resumption. My trade plan was for if it resumed at 550, I would buy the resumption just because it was a weak halt, meaning that it had buyer strength. However, because it opened more than 10 cents lower on a $5 stock, I wasn't comfortable getting in on that resumption anymore. So I instead bought the dip, um, and unfortunately I got stopped out as it comes closer to 5 flat, just because it had already resumed from a down halt, and then at the time the down halt level was at 493. So if it broke 5, it was likely to down halt again. So I got out just for fear of being stuck in a down halt, being down 30 cents a share. So I took my loss on that one and ends up bouncing back, but I'd rather take the loss knowing that I escaped a like potential like $150 loss if it halted down, then just take the $40 loss and eat it with a grain of salt, you know? So that makes us end up 80 on the day, and overall we are extending this green streak, and hopefully we can do some more in the coming days, ending this month in the green, and starting to size up next month will be our goal if this all continues very well for the rest of this weekend and the last day on Monday next week. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.